how can you keep the motivation to keep exercising
The
during all
motivate,
this
the
crazy? Yeah,
motivation. Wow. The thing is like for me, I've been training pretty much all my life, and one of the reasons was because I always looked up to strong male figures, and growing up in the 80s and
thanks very
90s.
much.
Yeah, growing up in the 80s and 90s, we had it, the alpha males on TV, in the action movies,
Yeah,
we had all that. And I think society has changed a
the
lot.
Philip Schofields. Who else
No,
was it you look up
oh
to?
my God, Philip Schofield. Yeah, anyway,
He's so brave.
go, he's very brave, very brave. But okay,
No, I think
uh
um, I was just going to say motivation only goes so far, doesn't it? You keep
motivation is,
exercising because you have established it as a habit. You're not motivated to exercise. You're just doing it because it's your habit and you've established it, right? It's discipline.
motivation. I will tell you this: motivation is overrated,
Yeah,
totally, because if you see anyone who is successful in their field, whatever it may be, they didn't get to where they are or where they're going to due to just the motivation. It, you have to just have this desire and will
yeah, yeah.
to get things done. And I think that's what's
Motivation, I
lacking.
think, can get you started, but after
People,
that, it's up
people,
to you.
people, Julian, are so into tapping into their dopamine levels or whatever. They want to have a quick high, and this is what people always look at. Like, if you go on YouTube, you see so many like motivational videos, and they really lift you up, right? As soon as a motivational video finishes, it's like, okay, now what? And I think a lot of people are suffering because of that, because
Mm.
they want to be high all the time, and they think if I'm not high, I don't want to do it. You understand?
Yeah,
So it's it. I mean, I tell myself and I tell people that I train that the most important thing to do is show up. Show up. Have a goal, but you got to show up. You got to show up when you have to, and you cannot miss the days, and you cannot miss a time and make an excuse and whatever, because
yeah. Well, that's the hardest part.
it is the hardest part. Yeah, it is the
Yeah, and
hardest
if you've
part.
got a class or you've got a personal trainer, they are doing the difficult part for you, which is working out what you need to do, what the program is. This is why I train with other people, so that they can do the thinking for me,
Yeah.
basically. You know. So yeah, good
Uh,
question, LLB. I
the,
hope
the,
you keep
and
motivated.
also you got to see it as a lifestyle. You cannot see it as something that, oh, I need to get a six pack in 2 months. Oh, I need to get big for the summer or whatever it is. You got to drop all that, and you actually really need to prioritize your health first, then move towards fitness. That's what I
Mhm.
believe. Because if you prioritize your health, that will give you the ability to go into fitness and do something that's like, impressive
Yeah.
or whatever, skilled or whatever it is.
Do you
So
think
yeah,
it helps to choose a sport in that case? Because then you've got a reason to train.
yeah, sport is a tricky one because I believe that if you want to pursue a sport, that is a long journey. And if you want to be good at a sport, you really need to start at a good age, and you need to really be able. Sport and fitness are two different things. And I think a lot of people get it mixed up. They think just because they're good at fitness that they're going to be good at sport. And that's not
Well, what's
necessarily,
the point of fitness if you're not playing any sport?
because sport is more, it's a competition. It's a competition, isn't it? And
Oh, competition with yourself. I mean, whatever level you're at, you can find a competition, right?
that's right.
You can play in the Sunday pub league team if you want.
That's
Not
right.
everyone's going to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
Exactly. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you want. But I'm talking about if you want to pursue a high level. If you want to pursue a high level in sport, you really need to tick the boxes and work your way through correctly to really get there.
What if you have an injury? Here's an example from the chat, and you don't know what is suitable for you if you're rehabilitating from injury.
Someone's rehabilitating from injury.
Yeah. And you don't know
Uh,
what you can do and what you can't do. That's what puts some people off. I think, like when I broke my arm
mm,
training for a fight, it was a long time before I could really like step back in a ring or an octagon because I didn't know, even though physically I'd healed, I was still sort of psychologically a bit damaged from it. I think.
yeah, I mean, injuries can do that. They can make you, how can you say, gun shy. You know, you
Yeah.
have all these sort of negative thoughts in your head, but with the right rehab, the right coaching, the right sort of guidance, you walk your way through it. Um, Unless you have a real career-threatening sort of injury, you know, then
Mhm.
you got to really consider moving on or doing other
But
things.
I think there'll always be something you can do, and for people that are struggling with mobility due to an injury, I always recommend swimming because it's low impact on the body, right?
Yeah, it's low impact on the body and excellent for the heart, and also good for the muscle. Just not it's low impact on the joints.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
On the joints, yeah, on the
And
joints. So,
that's what we want.
but no, it's like
And
for me, I think that if you want to be good at sport, you really have to be efficient at, I believe, running. You should be a good runner because running is a natural movement, a natural human movement, and it's contralateral. You know, and it's like if you are effective at running, you are generally good at everything else.
I guess it engages both sides of the brain and all parts of the body.
Exactly, and also in terms of muscle imbalance as well. If you see people who are very effective at running, they don't have these particular issues like tight chest, you know, shoulders coming forward, weak core, poor coordination. They don't have these issues. So when I am coaching someone, the first thing that I look at is their biomechanics. You know, I want to see how they're moving, you know, how their coordination is. I think that's more important than them showing me how strong they are, you know, because when you're doing sport is about performance, right? So you
Mm.
really need to have a good sense of coordination, and you shouldn't really have too much muscle imbalance in your body. Your body should be very symmetrically aligned. Um,
But
so if
some sports prioritize certain muscles and neglect others.
Yeah, and they do say that a lot of sports are actually bad for the body.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I can believe
and
that. I can believe
I
that.
I have always said that boxing is good for fitness, but boxing is not good for sport.